Championship on ESPN. Not done a lot of this throughout the course of the season, but they want to get his hands on the ball as much as possible. Larison takes it 3 yards deep, and he's bringing it out. Larison going to be dropped shy of the 25-yard movement. Larison on the carry and 3. Back on the ground, Larison trying to get it to the outside, and he's going to be dropped. Third down and 2 for this UC Davis offense. Twice they've stayed on the ground. They do again here, but how about a tackle behind the line of scrimmage for their first offensive opportunity? Fair catch called for and made, and it's going to be outstanding home. They'll use a number of backs, but they go empty on this first down play as Winkers right out of the backfield. Quarterback breaks a tackle, and here goes Rittenhouse with a slide just short of the first.
And that allows him to just work his way up the field.
Back to the air. This is a tight end on the reception. That's Javon. Make it to Winkers right. Rittenhouse.
That's going to be
before the game began.
Offense, number 23. That penalty's declined.
A defensive holding.
Catch for first down.
And so they Illinois State trying to strike first, coming off a win in the first round of the playoffs last week against Southeast Missouri State. They put it on the ground and to the outside. A big play there for Winkers right.
In this drive.
From the 12-yard line, first down, back to right on the ground, up the middle, and he is met by a number of 3-man front with Princeton. Actually, it's Princeton Toki right there in the middle. The nose tackle. They got 4 down linemen on this one to the air. Written. Third down and 6. Illinois State can get a first down without a touchdown. Rittenhouse from the gun throws, and it is caught for a touchdown. That's Eddie Casper hauling it in for the first score.
Catch.
What a job by Eddie Casper. Extra point is good. 7 plays, 61 yards. Took
afraid to travel.
And Larison this time. We'll watch it sail. 27 was the final. Illinois State forced 8 turnovers in that ball game. UC Davis starts on the ground on this drive. How about that hard running by Larison?
You see on the outside the tight end there too, Ian Simpson, but they're really able to give him some space, and now they're going to run a little tempo.
15 yards on this drive for Land Larison, who set the single season record for all
shade and shifts that they're doing.
Direct snap to Harris on Larison this time, and he bowls his way across the 50-yard
to the direct snap to Larison.
Larison gets a break in the backfield on this play as Jordan Fisher comes in for the first time. C.J. Hutton is the motion man. Hastings looking to throw, slings it down the sideline, incomplete. Hutton in motion. This time it's another direct snap to the running back, and it's Fisher.
They call him a dark alley guy. You want to go down the alley with him.
Over the middle, that's complete to Hutton for a first down. At the 35, they'll actually spot him at the 34-yard line. Touchdown from Illinois State after going 3 and out on their first offensive possession. Back to Fisher on the ground, and that one is blown up. Field this time as Larison comes back into the game. Fisher to the left of the quarterback, who goes to the air. Trent Tompkins on the catch. Ian Simpson, the tight end, was the man that came across the formation. They throw it back to Hutton. He's going to try and make something happen in the open field, and he cannot do it. And that Miles Hastings from the gun. They waste no time. Pressure coming. Hastings on the roll, looking downfield. He'll throw it late. That ball is incomplete. On 32-yard line. Second offensive possession is Rittenhouse, and the Illinois State offense are back out on the field. Another catch for Casper.
But it looked like he had that one down. Ball secured, looked like a catch.
Ruling on the field was incomplete. Rittenhouse off the play action. Airmails that. Rushing touchdowns, 436 yards on the ground for the quarterback for Illinois State. Rittenhouse to the air. That ball is caught by Daniel Sobkowitz. And gain of 18 on the play. Rittenhouse to the air once again. And this ball is caught on the near side. It's Xavier Lloyd.
As a transfer from Kansas State.
Xavier Lloyd to the big day could go over 1,000 yards as well. This is right on the carry, dragging tacklers across the 40-yard line. 3rd and 3, they give it to Wright. Wright's got the first down across the 35. Down
here at Illinois State.
Matt Lawson into the game at running back. They'll give it to the freshman on first down, and he is upended at the polls this season. Back to the ground for Porter. Linebacker wearing 39. On this 3rd down play, this pass is bobbled and incomplete against Southern Illinois. This is officially a 46-yard try, and it's blocked. Big defensive play or big special teams play for UC Davis. I think it was big number 96 in the middle of that line that got a hand on it. We'll take another look. How about the special teams play, though, for the Aggies of UC Davis?
Yeah, you always want to make sure you got 2 guys with their hands up there making a big play.
Kicker, my apologies. Little option look, and they get it to Larison to the outside. Second down play. They're trying to flip it back to Larison. 3rd down and 3 here for the UC Davis offense. Still looking for their first points. Under 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Larison motions out. Hastings over the middle. That ball complete. Samuel Batu.
Man, he is all over the field.
Larison lined up in the slot, top of your screen. Hastings to the air. He goes back to Batu, who's got to run after the catch down to the 10-yard line, brought down inside the 10.
A big game.
Trips at the bottom of the screen, one-on-one slant at the top. Big. Empty backfield. Larison going to take a direct snap. Follows his blockers, working toward the end zone. He's dropped.
Surge on the left side.
Hastings under center. They bring a fullback in. Fake it to Larison. Throwing to the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Lined up as the quarterback for a direct snap. Larison trying to get it to the outside. Sheds a block. Gets into the end zone at UC Davis. 7 yards, 2 minutes and 46 seconds. And that trip into the end zone for Land Larison was a whole lot easier than some of those.
Plays with a chip on his shoulder because he should be invited to any major award banquets in the FCS.
On the road at North Dakota State. Does North Dakota State have an answer? We'll keep you up to date with that score. North Dakota State has taken the lead.
Oh, wow.
It is now 20-17 at North Dakota State, leading over Abilene Christian. Fitz trying to slow down an Illinois State offense. It's already gone for 102 yards in this opening quarter. Scored on their first drive. This ball tipped and incomplete. Trying to the return man here for UC Davis. This is Aiden Futch that punts it away. Perez retreating, able to make the catch. Now trying to make something happen with his feet. They'll get a little bit of yardage there. Wrestle teams today as well. Pressure on Hastings. He rolls to his right, and he completes the pass to C.J. Hutton. Dropped a dime there. And Miles Hastings, 7 of 11 for 108 yards. He's got 6 games this year where he's gone for over 300, maybe on his way to another as Hutton hauls in.
Job with matchups.
4 catches, 69 yards. This time the direct snap is no last place finish for them. They will be in the college football playoff field to the end zone. Touchdown, UC Davis. Miles Hastings, 9 yards and a score. That was a 4-play, 72-yard scoring drive. Took just 1:07, a 10-yard. This one is returnable from the 2. Carr trying to get to the outside, and he will go out of bounds just short of the.
Having a lot of ability in that 5'11" frame.
Here's Rittenhouse with some room in front of him. Takes off and goes with a head-forced dive this time. Every single time is, with all due respect, no, you don't. Coach Drew Brees at Purdue, that's the place. All Russell Wilson did last week for Pittsburgh against the Bengals was go out and throw for 400 yards. How about Mitch Bartle, the tight end? The state offense. Rittenhouse to the air, and he completes it to Matt Lawson out of the backfield. Rittenhouse, the junior from Geneva, Illinois. Set up the screen, and it's Lawson with some open space and a burst in the open field. Lawson all the way down to the 25-yard line, but a flag comes in.
It's coming back on tailback takeoff, but this is coming back.
85. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Second down.
Yep. 2nd and 5 after the penalty is marked off. Rittenhouse keeps it, and Rubley came in from Kansas State. Look at this one, blown up at the line of scrimmage by. Kind of broke the momentum of the drive. Mateo Perez catches this one at the 11, makes the first man miss, and picks up 2 or 3 yards. Positive. These are the 2 leagues in FCS football, at least the 2 leagues that have dominated the most. And this one over the middle. How about a seam route to Ian Simpson, the tight end? A
really nice throw and catch.
37 yards on the play. This is Larison. Not much there on the final 3.
I know, but that just, it blows my mind.
In terms of all-purpose yards coming into this ball game, over 2,000, set a school record. This ball complete. Trent Tompkins on
as a strike.
And they're right back to the line, and Larison on the fake. They dump it off.
And Rich, what I like.
2nd down and short. Playbook wide open here for UC Davis. Miles Hastings so far today, 12 of 16 for 197 yards. Here's Larison. What a cutback to the end zone. Touchdown. Larison now tied for the 2nd most.
All these weapons, and we saw the diversity of this offense. Now 21 unanswered points, but the ability to attack the team, and they've been winning. They'll figure some things out on this one.
Jalen Carr. Shorter kick this time, but good coverage by UC Davis State, the early lead in this ball game. They start here from their own 20-yard line, down 21-7. Oh, what a catch by Casper Green. And they go on the ground to Wicker. 3rd down play for this Illinois State offense. Rittenhouse over the middle. That one is caught by Daniel Sobkowitz. Big. Not very big, but he's really fast in the open field. Has kind of an average arm, but he makes good decisions. Regardless of his talent, he gives us a chance to make. Wright motions out of the backfield. Rittenhouse gets it to him. Now Wright trying to do something in the open field. What a good tackle.
A little bit early.
Full start. Offense. Number 69. 5-yard penalty.
Micah Barnhart.
3rd down.
The drive alive. Let's see if that plays a role here.
Rittenhouse rolls out of pressure, nearly lost his feet, gets it back, and then underthrew it to right down the field.
Gologowski is one of those guys, 31, who comes in on a pass rush play.
Driving spiral this time. It's going to hit out of bounds and
stop this UC Davis offense.
Illinois State's defense last week forced 8 turnovers. They had 5 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles that they recovered. Mateo's
offense really going against a team that will attack you and make you turn the ball over. They've been able to keep them on the heels.
Tim Plow played here at UC Davis as a flag comes in. Hastings throws this one away. He is one of the brightest football minds I've ever been around.
Let's beat themselves.
And Larison back in the game, 12 carries, 72 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. This time it's to Larison in the air. Oh, he hurdles a man. Hard line. That was Tion Parks that if he had looked up would have seen Larison flying over his head.
Larison going bye. Bye-bye. Tell you what, man, you can see why he's got an ability to probably play at the next level, some of the things that he can do.
Second catch of the game for Larison. There is a sack on the play. Eddie Casper calling for the fair catch, makes it around Tommy Rittenhouse on the first play of this drive. Casper in motion. Rittenhouse on the run, incomplete. That 2nd and 10. That may have been batted at the line. Defensive end from Sonora, California. 3rd and 10. Rittenhouse with time. Trying to make something happen. Flips it down the field, incomplete. Sopkowitz offensively. And they punt it away on 4th and 10. Late fair catch signal. Hastings with time. And that's a big completion to Chaz Davis.
You see Mark Cannon Jr. has to go with the other receiver.
Right back to the air. This like he got his hands underneath, kept it off the turf, and now it's Lan Larison rumbling for a first down across the 40, short 30-28. They were down 30-8 in that game, scored 20 in the last 6 minutes to Montana State by just 2 points. Montana State, the #1 overall seed.
They had them on the ropes, had a 2-point conversion that they couldn't complete.
Toward the end zone, incomplete. Flags come in.
Pass interference, defense, number 3, 15-yard penalty.
Another nice
automatic.
ball.
First down.
UC Davis trying to make it a 3-score game from the 25-yard line. They've got a first down. Miles Hastings to the air, incomplete.
Let's do it.
Niekamp, the sophomore, his dad Travis Niekamp, the defensive coordinator on this team. Larison breaks a tackle, then spins his way to a first down. Mateo Perez in the backfield. He was knocked off, kind of like a pinball there. Now spins his way to positive yard. They are ready to go, and they are. Running the ball on the ground there by Larison to the 5-yard line. 3rd and 1. Larison takes the direct snap, goes to the left. He's got enough for into this game with 10,420 career passing yards. Larison into the end zone. It's a hat trick for Lan Larison.
And reminds me of my former teammate Marshall Falk with the capability and the ability to do so many different things. You can line him up, and he's going to be a receiver.
Kick away by Angelo Giannetti. This one hits at the back line. 3 touchdowns. 3rd time this year that Larison has gone for 3 scores in a game. This pass complete to Sopkowitz.
This offense to keep clicking.
3 catches for 47 yards today for Sopkowitz. Here's Rittenhouse trying to get out of bounds. He goes across. Rittenhouse quickly to the air. This time it's Casper. Buckaroo. Clock rolling. Rittenhouse complete. Good tackle and tackles. He's now got 67 solo stops. He's also got 4 interceptions this year. A little bit.
That's true.
Rittenhouse looking down the field. Is that a catch? No, incomplete.
An incomplete pass.
Okay, they're going to take another look at this one to see if it. I was going to say, I thought that was a timeout because if you're going to punt it here, you make UC Davis.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Further review. Ruling on the field is a completed catch for a first down. Be 1st and 10, Illinois State at the 41-yard line. Clock operator, please call 48 seconds.
Momentum and going to half with the touchdown.
Rittenhouse over the middle. That's caught. Rittenhouse 16 of 28, 142 yards and a touchdown in this first half. Comes over the middle again, and he gets Eddie Casper. He's wrestled down at the 20-yard line, and a flag comes in. Little extra.
Ruling on the field is a first down. After the play, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness number 4.
Illinois State headed closer from the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Illinois State. 33 seconds into the half. 1 timeout remaining.
Game clock operator complete.
In the end zone, they're going to feel fantastic going into the locker room toward the end zone. This ball nearly intercepted. It's up in the slot at the bottom of your screen. Rittenhouse looking left, now back to the right. Throws it toward the end zone, incomplete. 4th and goal from the 10. To the air, got to make a man miss, not going to do it. That was Sopkowitz. I beg your pardon, I said 4th down there. This is 4th down. That was from the right hash. Wagner's field goal attempt is good. Illinois State does get point.
Be disappointed.
Land Larison is the deep man. This ball just squibbed along, and they'll take it down on a knee in 1 second. Blame them.
I don't blame them either.
All right, there's a kneel down. You get that last second off the clock, and you're going to have a halftime lead for UC Davis up 28-10 over Illinois State. Win season in school history. Trying to get to 11 wins on the year and set up a quarterfinal. Rittenhouse and the offense to start things off in this second half for Illinois State. Through the air, that's Daniel Sopkowitz
in the first half.
Rittenhouse throws it behind him as he won at home. Rittenhouse trying to make something happen. Pretty good protection by the offensive line. Now look at the green in front of it. Rittenhouse runs for the first down and more. Field now as Winkers right lines up at the bottom of your screen. Rittenhouse again with time. That's 2 plays in a row. Pretty good job as a flag now comes in at the end of the play. But
I'll tell you what, the secondary again is covering.
Holding.
Might be 68.
69.
69.
Micah Barnhart.
First down.
He's one of those middle of the defensive line guys that doesn't have tons of numbers, but has been incredibly impactful. This Rittenhouse to the air. Casper with the catch, and that's going to bring it. When you've got 1st and 20 and you get back-to-back 9-yard gains, you give yourself a chance on 3rd down. This is Winkers right to the outside. That's a first down and more as he rumbles down to the 25-yard line. Rushing yards came into today's ball game with 1,944. Had a big run there. Here's a shot play down the field. Incomplete. You had one-on-one on the outside. This time it's Lawson in the backfield trying to get to the outside, but he is 3rd and long here for Tommy Rittenhouse and the Illinois State offense. Rittenhouse is thrown for 174. They go to the ground. It's combined on the tackle. First down for Illinois State. Rittenhouse dumps it off on the screen to Lawson, who makes the man miss and then pays for it than they were earlier in the season. Second down play. Casper on the catch at the 10, and he's wrestled down there.
And that was one of the
catches for 63 yards. Where does he go on 3rd and 7? They give it to Lawson again. And Lawson is met at 4th and 2. Huge play for Illinois State. They fake it. And now toss, and that ball is going to be short. Scotty Presson. Miles Hastings 2 yards away through the air from 4,000 passing yards this season. Not going to come on this play. It's Land Larison.
The outside, they do a nice job. Ian Simpson and these tight ends, they have done a really good job blocking on the edge.
3rd and 1, quickly back to the line. Larison, that one jump cut, and then he just accelerates straight up.
Back door with a nice run.
UC Davis tempo. C.J. Hutton in motion. Hastings dumps it to Ian Simpson, the tight end. Simpson tries to go airborne, but the DB didn't go low.
Might be a hold on big 70.
Offense, number 70. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
That is Eli Simonson. Right place. On the ground, a first this time from
the combination with Larison. All kinds of. I mean, this pocket is perfect. He's able to pick He can look to where he wants to go, has time. Really nice job up front.
3rd down and a yard, and Jordan
to keep this ball and keep this drive alive.
Larison into the slot, but you got whistles.
Full start. Offense. One on all players. Set prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Empty set this time for Miles Hastings. With time over the middle. That's another catch for C.J. Hutton. What a day he's having.
And C.J. Hutton with a nice catch.
Davis. And this is for a guy that, Charles, I think you mentioned it at the very beginning of the show today, wasn't sure that he was going to play football this year. He told
on the journey with it.
Both Tim Plow and Miles Hastings referred to it as kind of a full circle moment because Plow recruited back across your body over the middle, right?
That's it. They used a lot of time on the clock away from the Illinois State, who hasn't been able to score.
Word. Once again, the road to the FCS championship game going to go through the Dakotas. Rittenhouse dumps it over the middle to Seth Glass. Was walking around on the sideline with a shoulder in a sling, and it came on the carry in which he went over the 2,000-yard mark for his career. He hasn't had a ton of success down the field, though. A lot of short and intermediate throws. He gets this one complete to Sobkowitz.
With it, though.
Glatz for now stays in at running back. Seen a lot of Lawson today as well in the backfield. Rittenhouse with time, trying now to get to the outside. He throws on the run. That's complete to Sobkowitz again across midfield for another 1st down. Sobkowitz, Eddie Casper's got 9 to lead Illinois State. Left side, and that one is incomplete. Trying to go back.
Well, they're going to be throwing the ball a lot more.
2:33, 3rd quarter. Rittenhouse with a blitz coming, takes off, and he'll avoid the hit as he goes. Xavier Lloyd dragging across the middle, but that one is in.
That ball. Fake.
Faking the punt. Oh, it's going to be close. The extra effort going to be really close. It's going to depend entirely on the spot. They need to get it to the 39-yard line.
Wow.
And a really incredible effort that time.
Yeah, Rich, anytime you have the
moving on the field,
quarterback as the up back, you got to know something is going on.
Under further review.
And this last effort, just pushing through.
Runner made the line to gain. The 1st down, Illinois State.
The ruling on the field, it works out as it should have. So 1st and 10 after the fake punt. They swing it out of the backfield. That's Glatz on the reception. Glatz with the run after the catch for a 1st down. Fresh set of downs. Casper in motion. They fake it to Glatz and then swing it to the tight end, their opponent. I don't think they're going to get to 85, but it's going to be a big number of attempts from Rittenhouse when this one is all 3. Seth Glatz is the back. They give it to Glatz, bounces it to the right side, and he's going to be stacked up at the 16-yard line. So 4th down, they'll call it 3. Rittenhouse facing pressure, gets to the outside, takes a shot toward the end zone, intercepted! Taken away by Wyatt Gardner. He's dropped. The FCS championship quarterfinals on the line in this ball game, and they give it to Larison. Gain of 3 on the carry. To the air, what a catch. Reaching behind him and hauling it in, Winston Williams, the first.
Left hand, snagging it, nice job.
Right back to the ground. No, they fake it to Larison and dump it out of the backfield to Ian Simpson. Perez into the game in the backfield for Larison. They give it to Perez, a little burst out across the. And when you start digging into some of the names that have been a part of this program through the years, you're a little surprised. Hastings trying to set up a screen, and that one walking as an assistant before ultimately becoming the head coach here most recently.
Bill Walsh's son was a receiver here, and one of my former coaches at UCLA, Nick Alexander, coached him, so got a chance. Yeah, so many of them have been real key for this team. And nice break up there by the competition with Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse won, and you get the chance to see Rubley.
And this may be kind of in the name of trying to push the ball down the field a little bit. A little better in the spring, a little better in camp. They went into season with the thought that both of these guys would play.
That hand pretty quick.
Rubley a little bit bigger quarterback at 6'3", 220, and he pushes it down the field here.
Interference.
Defense, number 6.
It's Marquise Alexander called for the pass interference. So now a 1st and 10 for Illinois State, and this ball. Whew. Large animal hospital, small animal hospital. Also, you may be familiar with Robert Mondavi. It's been a significant. Down 18 with 11:07 to play. Could potentially be in 4-down territory. We'll see. Rubley steps up. Not known for the running ability. He throws it complete to the near sideline. That's going to be short of the. Pass for the motion man, top of your screen. Rubley looking over the middle, and that ball is caught by Presson. And fresh set of downs for Illinois State. Now 2 of 4 on 4th down. Rubley pump fake, trying to find something. Now he takes off and goes low as he scrambles his way. Last 2 drives for Illinois State have ended with the UC Davis 7 and at the 16 with no points to show. Rubley, room to run again. And the big man takes off, and he gets.
Not so much for Rubley.
Said that Rubley certainly was disappointed not to win the starting job, but this ball tipped around and it hits the ground. Nearly intercept. Half points on this drive. Down 18. Play changed at the line. Play change came from the sideline. They go to the air. And on the catch again at this point. 3rd down and 5 for Illinois State. Rubley from the gun has it batted down and nearly picked off. That was 8:52 to play. It's a 3-score game. UC Davis in front. Rubley to the air. Broken up on the play.
In this ball game, if it stays this way.
Jordan Fisher motions out of the backfield. They dump it off to Lan Larison. Lan Larison with a big play for UC Davis. Look at him go in the open field. Larison throws his shoulder into Dylan Gearhart. A massive play for UC Davis.
Every game there's going to be an explosive play by number 3. And right here, it's there because they put him in that funnel screen area, and then he takes off. You know what I love about it? Walter Payton said, I'm not going out of bounds. Lan Larison says, I know that. I'm used to wrestling steers and everything else, and I make big plays. And I take on any tackler that comes my way.
Maybe not one of the 3 finalists for the Walter Payton Award, but Walter Payton-esque at the end there. They dump it now underneath. That's the tight end, Ian Simpson. Ian Simpson into the end zone. A UC Davis.
Everything was opening up in the middle of the field, and that was going to be an easy touchdown for Simpson.
Did you think that UC Davis might just try? Jalen Carr from the 8. Fakes the end around. Jalen Carr trying to have a big return, and he gets it all the way out to the 40 to hit big plays and in a hurry. UC Davis defense is not allowed for that, and they are more than seconds off the clock with no points to show for it on the last 3 drives for the Redbirds. Pressure. 9. Lawson motions out of the backfield. Rubley pressured again. Trying to find some room to make a play, and he's wrestled down from behind after a team of them solo stops today. And Illinois State, they were going to punt, they were going to fake it. Ball comes out. On fourth down, it is
play to your advantage of what you have from the school and what you want to do with your players.
UC Davis, an elite academic institution. An elite run there by all of our crew today. Mateo Perez stays in at running back. Hastings lobs it over to Perez, looking for a block. Now cuts it back. Perez to the 5, and he's dropped at the 1-yard line.
Perez with that Larison type move to get more yards after that.
Here for UC Davis. The give is to Perez, and he is stopped where we are now. Toward the end zone, and that ball is hauled in for a touchdown. Chaz Davis, his 7th touchdown reception of the season. Pass. Since then, 3 against Idaho, 3 against Portland State, 4 against Cal Poly and Eastern Washington, 3 against Northern Colorado. Had another game over 200 yards all-purpose. Out, you could see a rematch of that UC Davis Montana State game in the semifinals. A lot of work to be done between now. Complete over the middle.
Pass incomplete.
That's better than Martini, isn't it? This pass is incomplete. Driving spiral. Sends Perez back, makes a fair catch at the 31. Grant Harper now into the game. Harper hands it off to Jordan Fisher.
Number 20, Jordan Fisher.
It's one of the differences today, as UC Davis has not turned over the football. That's a first down for Jordan Fisher. 19 as well. North and South Dakota State have won 11. State on Andy Avalos' staff. That did not go particularly.